Alright, thanks people for tuning into this episode of The Rant. We are going to discuss what has been in the news an awful lot lately, and it is hard these days to turn on the evening news without hearing something about vaping. They have been going on and on and on with this stuff. Oh, teenage vaping, we got to stop them from vaping. Oh, it's caused 3 or 4 deaths so far in this country. Now, I'm not saying that vaping hasn't caused illnesses or has caused some deaths, because it obviously has. The news is reporting the facts. It is true, some have died. It is true, it has caused some illnesses. That's not the issue. My beef here is the fact that this is a small issue compared to other things that teenagers are doing. So vaping has caused 4 deaths, or whatever it is, nationwide. How many deaths, or I should say how many teen deaths, are from street drug overdoses and alcohol? Alcohol causes more problems, more deaths in this country in teenagers than vaping could ever cause. DUI deaths run rampant in this country on a daily basis. The deaths due to alcohol are enormous. They dwarf the vaping problem. The vaping problem is nothing compared to alcohol or street drugs. But they only want to harp on the vaping. That's all they want to complain about, and ignore the alcoholism, which to me is the biggest problems. What do teenagers do? Well, I know what I did when I was a teen. I partied. Teens love to party. They drink, they get drunk, they get behind the wheel, they kill entire families in their cars, or themselves, or both. It absolutely wrecks people's lives. It kills way more than vaping ever has. But you see, the reason why you'll never hear anything about alcohol, and they're always going off on smoking and vaping, is because alcohol is too much of a moneymaker. You see, this is where we've come as a nation. They don't really care about life. They don't care about how many has died or not. What they care about is, what is the moneymaker? What brings in the money? If something makes a lot of money, well, don't say nothing about it. Keep your mouth shut about it. Don't report on it. Nope, we can't have that because we're making too much money. There's big, powerful people behind the alcohol industry. The mafia is involved in it too. Big, powerful people, and they don't want to lose the money it's making. Alcohol is a huge, huge money maker. Don't you dare say anything about alcohol. Let's just go over here and let's pick on these little issues like smoking and vaping that kills maybe 3 or 4 people nationwide, but we won't report on alcohol over here, which kills thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people nationwide. DUIs that wipe out an entire carload of children and their parents all in one shot. Oh no, don't want to say anything about that because it's too much of a money maker. That's why. They don't give a damn how many people die. They care about their money, ladies and gentlemen. This country never has cared about you. They care about the money. What makes the money? And if something's a big money maker, you'll never hear a damn thing about it. I can smoke a cigarette and get in my car and drive a straight line. I can smoke a cigarette and walk a straight line. I can smoke a cigarette or vape and talk to somebody and make sense. You can't get drunk and do any of those things. Cigarettes don't influence the way you act and talk and make you stumble all around and make you run into an innocent carload of children and their parents and kill them. Because again, I can smoke a whole pack of cigarettes straight if I want. Get behind the wheel of a car and drive just fine. If I get into a wreck, it's because of stupidity, not because I smoked a cigarette before I got in the car. Alcohol is the opposite. When you drink, you can't drive right. And you run the risk of killing people on the road. When you drink, you can't walk right. You're staggering all over the place. When you drink, you can't talk right. And drinking affects every single organ of the entire body. Cigarettes or vaping does not. Alcohol destroys entire families, marriages, relationships, you name it, the list is endless. Smoking does not. I could go on for the next hour, but that would make this video way too long, naming all the horrible consequences of alcohol, and cigarettes has none of them. Teens love to party. If they don't smoke, they will definitely love to party. And what do they bring to parties? Booze. They have older people that are old enough to buy the alcohol, go into the store and get the alcohol for them. They go to the desert to a friend's house or wherever they go and party. And you got alcohol poisoning. You got people dying from it. You got people leaving the party and killing people on the roadways. Absolute chaos alcohol causes. And I haven't even got on the street drugs yet. Now, so they are constantly harping on vaping and ignoring the bigger issue. Sure, vaping is still an issue, but it's a small issue compared to the bigger problems. But they don't want to report on the big problems because again, that's too much of a money maker. They don't want that. You see all these commercials on TV about what smoking does, but you'll never see a single commercial about what drinking does. They don't want to report on this. They don't want you to know the real statistics. They don't want a word said about that. Don't you dare say anything about that, because it's too much of a money maker. Money, money, money. It makes big money. That's why. So thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to this episode of The Rant. And stay tuned for more episodes where I bring you the truth and dissect through the bull crap of the lies and the misrepresentations on the evening news.